Hello and welcome to part 5 of the Entrepreneur's Toolbox by Chris, Ray, and Matthew. Today we focus on sales personnel, staffing, and recruiting. Oftentimes, creating a fluid and successful sales staff can be an entirely new playing field for the first-time entrepreneurs. In order to grow new ventures, hiring the proper personnel is paramount for success, which can be a daunting task, but it doesn't need to be. One pitfall of new ventures is to become so involved in the finding of top-tier sales candidates that they neglect to recognize the distinctive skills and characteristics for each specific position. Qualities that a candidate needs to possess go much further than being outgoing and motivated, although those are important. The proper personnel should also mesh well with the company culture, sales management plans, and team. Here are 4 tips to help sales managers make better hiring decisions, retrieved from How to Choose the Right Persons for the Right Job Every Time by Louise Kurzmark, as summarized by Selling Power editors from sellingpower.com. Number 1. Gather information. Before recruiting, start with the job description and then further define the position. Bring in a hiring manager early in the process to get feedback. For example, does the candidate need to have a strong prospecting skills or have to know how to call on high-level executives? Ask people who have held the position or people who have worked with others in this position what makes a top performer. This will allow you to uncover some important skills you may have missed. For example, you may find out that it's important for him or her to be good at following up. Number 2. Tap contacts. Kurzmark suggests asking the candidate's contacts for assessments about behavior and performance. What made this candidate different and successful or not? You can also ask behavior-based questions such as, can you tell me about a time in this job when this person faced a significant obstacle? Then you can use the same question during your interview process with the actual candidate and compare the answers. Number 3. Align with the company objectives. Kurzmark also suggests reviewing the long-term objectives of your company. You want to make a hire that's going to be right for now, but also for the future, she says. Are you looking to grow in a certain area? Are certain types of business becoming more important? If so, can you enhance that hire by bringing in people skills rather than fundamental skills? You need to think long-term so that when your company gets there, you'll have the talent on board already, says Kurzmark. You've laid the foundation. Number 4. Consider culture. Many people leave because they don't fit in an organization, says Kurzmark. Cultural fit is as important as a skill, she says. You can't teach people to work in an environment where they don't fit. How can you evaluate a culture fit before you hire? Kurzmark suggests developing behavior-based interview questions designed to assess a culture match or mismatch. Ask questions about preferred work style. What is important to the candidate? Does he or she value flexibility, unlimited income, work and life balance? Look at the candidate's long-term goals and whether or not your company would provide a good opportunity to reach them. Apart from these attributes for making better hiring decisions, it is also important to realize each position and candidate should be treated uniquely based on these standards. There are other tips and tricks for hiring the right personnel for your venture and culture. Outsourcing the hiring process may sound ludicrous, but there is no reason to reinvent the wheel if you have a capital to invest in hiring. Talent acquisition firms don't just know the tips and tricks for hiring the proper sales personnel. They normally have written the book, metaphorically and sometimes literally. Taking the time to outline the aforementioned basis for each individual for a talent acquisition firm can free up much needed time and resources for day-to-day business for your company. For example, many Fortune 500 companies like Lowe's Home Improvement have a third-party agency narrow down candidates based on intensive phone interviews and reviews of resumes and portfolios. Then, Lowe's will be given the 3 top choices for sales personnel from the third-party agency. and they will conduct the person-to-person interviews and panel reviews to hire the proper personnel. This is allowing professionals to interview a company's needs for sales staff. Allow for programming and research to be conducted by that third-party agency and for their professionals to assist as much as or little in the ever-important task of recruitment and staffing. The recruitment steps most generally practiced are newspaper and magazine advertisements, internet advertisements through career websites and or social media, recruitment agencies, that's that talent acquisition firm we mentioned, so it would be nice to have them do it all in one, networking through mixers or day-to-day business and conferences, etc. Again, the step of advertising and recruitment can be taken care of by the third-party agency. This allows for outsourcing to do the heavy lifting, freeing up time and resources. This also allows for reduced risk of burnout while pursuing the grueling research review process of multiple applicants. Thank you for joining us for Part 5 of the Entrepreneur's Toolbox. Please keep in mind that all sources are cited at the end of all the parts. Thanks for joining us.